Hey y'all, welcome back to Spirit of the Outdoors. Finished up a knife. Well, I say finished up. I'm working on finishing up. I hadn't made the sheaths. Sheaths are glued down right here drying, and they're probably about dry. Because I did them yesterday, so they should be dry. But anyway, this blade, a lot of times I use carbon steel. And when I get through with the knife, I'll be patinaing it. I force that patina on there, and I'll lay them down. You come back out here, we're in high humidity here in Mississippi, and it'll be rusted. So I've got a cloth with this wax on here, and I just rub this on this blade. And I don't really put a lot, but I put a couple of coatings on there, and I have rubbed it on, which I have done got this black because that patina is coming off on there. But this is wax from Rubidoux Creek Outdoors. He's got a YouTube channel. And so what I done is once I put all that on there, taking another rag and wiping it off. And this is really the first time I have used it on the wood. But so far it seems like it is doing good. But I've been using it on the handles, on the blades for a while. And it will prevent that from rusting. And you wipe it back off, it's all in the pores of that metal. So I think it is a good product. And I mentioned it whenever he sent it to me a couple of weeks ago. But I like to use something and see is it really work before I go to just, everybody sends you stuff and wants you to promote it for them. And I don't mind doing that. I want to help everybody that's trying to make it. I want to help them make it if I can, if it's worth. But I don't want to be lying to people saying, hey, this is good, and then they find out, you know what I mean. But this really is a good product. I've been using it. I'm legitimately using it on these knives, so go check him out. I need some help on one other thing, y'all. This microphone right here. I tried clamping it on my belt down here where you get the squeaking of the leather rubbing around. I had to delete all that footage. Reusing it. It looks completely silly clipped to a hat and I see that's what most everybody has resorted to, and it grates on my nerves to stick that thing up there like I don't know. So I have put it on a string, and I'm attempting this right now, but all the movement of it's a microphone. If it brushes against something, it's going to pick that up. So I keep the wind muff thing on there. So if somebody's got a better idea, share that with me. I'm struggling. It's a really good, the microphone works really good. But if I got a shirt with a pocket on there, I can just stick it in that pocket, and that has been money. That has been the best thing, but I don't always. This summer, I'm wearing T-shirts, and I got a T-shirt on today, and real life first world problems. But anyway, aside from that, yesterday we burned off leaves. I cleaned up the yard. We fished day before yesterday. I hadn't worked on knives a lot. We have made knives. But I cut most of the grass for the first time yesterday. Of course, I didn't film cutting the grass. Who wants to watch somebody go round and round on a lawnmower? But I'll get some clips. And we're not totally through, but got some work I got to do on the camper. It's drizzling rain today. I got several things out there I need to do. I am charging up boat batteries. The Power Queen battery, I got a charger on it. But I need to go. I had a leak the other day when it come all that rain. I had a leak over. I was like, oh, Lord, I got to repair it. Well, I'll be doggone. I didn't pay no attention when I was working on it before, but there was a piece of old tape stuck up there, and I thought it was where they had taped down. They had a tarp taped over the skylight where it had busted out, and I just thought that tape was over it. Well, there was a hole under that tape. I didn't just try to peel up all the tape because I was sort of afraid I would rip that rubber lining on the top, so I didn't inspect every piece of tape up there. My mind went, well, that tape was holding this down, and it had done deteriorated and come apart when I got the camper and had leaked in there and rotted a bunch of stuff, and I rebuilt it. Well, anyway, I got up there earlier and fixed a hole. Under that piece of tape was a hole big as my finger where it looked like a limb just stuck down in it. So it leaked and stained a big spot the other day in our ceiling, which is no big deal. We're just going to paint that. I had put that thin masonite looking stuff up there for a ceiling and screwed it up there. And It's stained, got a big water spot in it now, so we're gonna have to paint that, which that's just cosmetic stuff. Didn't really ruin nothing, just made it look ugly. And this is not like a new camper. I mean, it's decent, but it ain't nothing fancy. It's just a place to stay while we go to the river and enjoy life. One day the Lord's gonna give us my wife wants a brand new camper so bad she can taste it. And we're gonna do more camping because y'all seen I got tires to put on it. I still gotta mount them, and we may get out there and do that later today. But I wanna go out there, let's go look and see, and I'll show you right quick what I put on the roof. So for those of you that are working on campers, they're gonna have leaks. This stuff right here has absolutely worked. I put it around where that antenna goes, and I started to rip all that antenna out, but it was gonna leave this big old hole, and it was just easier to seal it back up. Well, I gobbed this stuff around it, and I gobbed it around it good. It works. It's flexible. I've sealed up stuff that I'd never really thought this was gonna work. 2 years later, this stuff's still working, still holding up. So I filled the hole in with this. I'll take you up there and we'll look and show you. I bought this at Lowe's. It was about $40 or so for this gallon can, but I'm gonna tell you, if you've got roofs on campers and they small enough, the whole thing needs replacing. I mean, within reason. But this stuff will seal it. So I don't even know why. I just bought, somebody recommended this to me when I was working on it at Lowe's, and it works. So it says you download the APOC app for application guides. So it's got all that information on the 6, but it's APOC Flash and Seal White Elastomeric Roof and Flashing Sealant. So let's go look and see how it looks. Climbing up this ladder, and I already know this thing bouncing on my shirt ain't gonna work neither. But you see this where I fixed this hole? Trying to get where I can see and you can see. This stuff is still soft and putty-like, but I'll show you where I have used it all the way around that, all the way around this, and it looked like it might have been a hole right there, so I just gobbed it on there with a stick. I sealed everything back there with it, so I have used a lot of it. And that stuff has seemed to have worked for us. We'll see. I mean, I put it up here on the front on all of that. And I know y'all, this thing flopping around, it's really driving me nuts. I mean, the reality is the only feasible place is clipped right here, and a big wad of cotton just feels like it's choking you when you move around. It hits your neck, it makes racket. I'm gonna wind up having to stick it up there, and I don't want to. Please come up with me an idea, because I can usually come up with some good ideas, but I hadn't yet, not with this.
What? Just go.
Have you got a mess made?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm walking out here, and look, I got it back there. I think that's the most feasible for right now. Peach tree. I needed to have pruned it. I pruned this one when I first planted them, and then everything I pruned died, so I just left it alone. And I don't know what all is alive now and what ain't. That appears to be dead or dying. I'm gonna wait and see, and then cut it. The cold we keep getting, cold kills it. I don't know, but they bloom like way early. This one here has done its thing, and you see these steadily limbs in here that are dying, and I don't know. But they've been wacky trees. So anyway, I planted 2 different ones, and this is them, and now they are bloomed out. I planted these last year, and the cold has really hurt them. So I've struggled to get peach trees. This is 4 peach trees right here. My big plum over there died. My gourds back here, I needed to have done some work on them. The storms have blowed the gourds and some of them's busted and the whole mess needs to be took down. And now the birds are here and I hate to take them down, but I don't think there's any in them. This set is good and I need to do them over there the same way. But we have got all of the grass cut on the front half of the yard, cleaned up a bunch of stuff. Flowers are starting to bloom. Springtime is upon us. Yes, the garden spots have been tilled. My dad actually did this. This is where the peas go. This is where we fight the deer every year. So I just thought I would walk around today before storms come in and give you a look at what it goes on behind the scenes out here. Still got a trailer load of firewood right here that I have got to finish unloading and get this trailer right out of the front yard. And I do think I have martins going in that corner right there. I needed to have cut a little piece of metal and sealed that up, but now I hate to because I don't mind the martins getting right there. They'll nest right there and do their thing on. Now them swallows and chimney sweep things, they make a mess. I don't want them in there. Still got firewood, ain't a lot. It'll go in here on the rack. So I need to finish stacking that up, clean up under here, and I hope one day I can pour a slab under this and build a concrete one of them brick. That'll happen one day. Those 2 got awful long. So this raised bed you seen me build last year, I don't know if I'm gonna plant anything in it. The reason is those trees give it a lot of shade, so I just don't know. I've still got 1 head of cabbage I need to harvest. Collards is doing good. The turnip greens put back out this spring. I had knocked a bunch of them down, and then the mustards are pretty well shot. Some of them have put back out since the cold. And then we've got onions. Now I have not looked, and I tilled this up. Y'all seen that the other day. But I have got onions down here that are supposed to be the big bulb onions. I need to come through and till and loosen this dirt up right around them and then add some fertilizer to them. But I got fence posts and stuff thrown over here so you can barely see them onions right there. But I got a whole big row of them and I need them to make onions, so I need to get a tiller going. I need to get out here and pick all these fence posts up and pile them up there with the other ones I use for tomato stakes. But these, I'm going, when I plant my running beans right over here, they're gonna be done cattle panels like this. No more of that saggy wire fence, and I won't never do that again. It's not worth it. So one of the things I wanted to do while I was out here is foraging. I have done videos after videos after videos on this, but it's still a lot of times people don't understand. So there's a plant that I have like growing everywhere out here. You see all of this purple? This is purple dead nettle. I'm gonna turn the camera around and let you see it. Y'all, this is all purple dead nettle. I mean, it is a beautiful little plant. It's in the mint family because it has a square stem. And it has a few medicinal properties, but it is really the best just for, I have literally took this stuff, and it's a little bit tough, but it ain't bad tough. I have picked a bunch of it and put ranch dressing over it or Italian dressing and made a salad. And then the other one that is, people mix them up. This one, I'm gonna pick one and compare them. But then we have henbit. Now henbit is a little bit different. Let me show you it. Now this is in my bed. It's got some red clover and garlic in the end. And I don't know if y'all can hear the chickens going crazy or not. This is henbit. And see it compared to the dead nettle, they look totally different. This one is henbit. They have a lot of the same properties. Neither one of them, they get easily confused. Neither one of them will hurt you. Neither one is poisonous. So there's no fear if you mix them up. You can eat either one of them. You can eat them both together. And even all this mouse-eared chickweed that is growing in here with it can be eaten right along with it as well. So inevitably you could come out here and graze around like an old cow if you wanted to. I wouldn't recommend it. Your stomach may not be iron like mine. But I do it. And I'm sure somebody said, oh, you don't need to do this because of this, and this. You're probably right, but I ain't gonna listen. Next thing is, since the price of eggs has went out of sight, and I do think they're coming back down. We got chickens everywhere laying eggs. I mean, I'm getting about a dozen a day or better. But I decided to let this bunch sit. But now she won't sit on the same egg. She keeps hopping nests. But I'm going to leave them alone, and them two nests, whatever they lay in there, I'm going to let them hatch. These were mostly Americanas, but now I have got them mixed. Some other breed got in with them, and they really Easter eggers now. The difference in Americanas and Easter, the Americanas will lay nothing but blue eggs. The Easter eggers, some of them will lay blue, some of them will lay green, some of them will lay brown, you know. And all it is the blood was not pure. If they're pure, they'll lay blue eggs. My peach tree, my plum tree has done its thing. It's done. Got a few blooms still on it, but... So I'm going to give y'all a tip now, way before this ever happens, because we know it's going to happen. If they give out 32, 33 degrees frost type weather here, they usually get it around Easter. Hang a water jug in this. I'm talking about just like this. Take this cut off water jug, dip it full of water, tie you a string around it, or either if you got a limb, and just hang it right here. Crazy, ain't it? It works. I tried it last year. The trees, the plum trees I didn't do that in, no fruit. The ones I did it in, fruit. Figs, peaches. So this year, there'll be water jugs like that if it gives out a frost hanging in every one of my fruit trees. The little, small fig trees, I'll set it on the ground beside it. Somebody's going to ask, what's the science behind that? I don't know. Can't tell you. Have no clue. No idea. Not the foggiest idea. But I can tell you for sure it works, because I've said this before. I'm the guy that I just try stuff. Somebody tells me something, okay, let me see. I don't have an opinion on it before I try it. It sounded crazy to me, this and did. I was like, that ain't gonna work, but I got to know. Because the man that told me, he was sold. And I tried it, and it worked. So if you want to save your fruit trees from frost without all this hoogle-baloo or whatever, hollabaloo or whatever you want to say, and, fighting and building fires and what, just hang that water jug. It works. Try it and see. See for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Just know I passed some information on to you. It's up to you to find out if it's true or not. Now, the last thing I'm going to do today, well, it may not be the last thing, but we'll say the next thing. I got a fuel filter for the old Ford Bronco that went out there and said, puh, and quit on me, left me stranded on the side of the road for about 30 minutes praying and pleading with God, oh, Lord, please help me. And he saw me through, and that thing fired up, and it drove up the yard, and it's been sitting right there ever since. Well, I'm going to try a fuel filter. If that don't work, we'll put a fuel pump on it, but we know the engine's not getting fuel. So I went and dug around, and I found these fuel filter things, so we're going to go out there and see if we can make that work. I'm not taking this microphone out there, so you're going to have to listen to chickens squawk and all that kind of stuff, because I'm not going to run this new microphone. Well, I distinctly remember putting one of these on here once before, and that bright light out there is a blinding y'all, ain't it? Let's see if I can adjust. This is it. I'm shaking y'all. Everything is, we got several oil leaks and whatnot under here. So y'all, this thing has been setting up for a long time. It needs a lot of work. I figure it needs a lot of ball joints and seals, and ain't no telling what all it really needs. Probably several $1,000. As Smokey the Bandit said, several $1,000. But anyway, I ain't even sure I got everything I need. That sun's blinding me about like it is, y'all. Y'all can't see nothing, can you? Yeah, right there. Okay, right here is it. This thing, that's what I need to change right there. That's the one. Is that what I bought? Let's see if that's what's in this. Yeah, looks just like it, don't it? We're gonna swap that out. All right, we probably gonna get gasohol all over us. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. Yeah. Seems like it's got some kind of a quick connect line on it. Kind of junk. Well, I went and got me a screwdriver where I could loosen that up. Yeah. Boy, that was hard. All right. In, out. I don't really want gas all over me, but I don't see no way around it. Does that thing really quick? It's got pine straw all around it. I believe this has got I don't know what. Yeah. That's gonna drain out everywhere. I'm gonna put it up yonder though. I'm still gonna have to have that screwdriver I refused to actually bring, ain't I? I wonder if Jonah could get us out of this bad situation now. Jonah, can you help us out, or are you gonna break? I mean, cause oh, Jonah's gonna get us out of it. Jonah is gonna get us out of it. I'm always using the wrong tool for the job. Lay that right there too. All right. All right. I hate smelling like gas. Yeah. We're gonna have to loosen that up just a hair more, ain't we? Reckon they're a different size. Oh, what was that? Oh, that stayed on there, didn't it? All right, where's this? Let's shove that up on there good. Turn that the correct way. Y'all like my narrating? Now, how come it ain't going back down there like it's supposed to? Is it because it's a piece of junk? No, we got it. All right. We need this other end. You know, if we wanted to know if that fuel pump was working, we could cut that thing on right now, couldn't we? And see if it skeeted fuel everywhere. Yeah, oh well. Let's stick that back on there. We gotta have that all. Let's get that on there. Ah. We'll find the other end of that hose up yonder to test that if we need to. Y'all, we did that just that fast. Just tighten that clamp back up where that thing ain't flopping around, huh? We'll have to go get us a wrench. Tighten this all up. Let me go get a 1/2-inch wrench, I think it is. I don't know if it's 1/2 inch. Yeah, it was 1/2 inch. Thought it could have been 9/16. Oh, I bet I needed 2 of them. Oh, Lord. On that one anyway. This one I don't. That ain't gonna, it will. It ain't supposed to, but. I hear the fuel pump running. Fire that up. Might have solved it. Might have solved it. Nothing to do but go for a ride now. Let me pick my tools up. I don't know how this camera mount gonna work out. Oh Lord. Power steering is non-existent. We gotta have power steering fluid. Or right this minute. Well, I put what I had in it. It's working, but it's growling at me about it. So y'all, I got the Bronco back to the house. I took it over to my dad's shop. We looked at the power steering pump, and it is leaking around the shaft where it, you know, comes out of the bottom. That seal that's around the shaft that connects to the, I think it's a Pitman arm or whatever. Anyway, it's been a long time since I worked on that kind of stuff, so you'll have to forgive me. But anyway, I've either got to have a power steering pump or either rebuild that one. But now the truck run good. I went down the road and back, and we may have Bronco drivable. We'll have to see. It'll have to have several trips up and down the road before I go off very far in it. I done been burned on that. So anyway, the camera died on me while I was out there fooling with it. My phone did. I done played on it and filmed too much and edited stuff and made reels. So anyway, Mr. Thomas Taylor come brought me some trinkets the other day. Brought me another big giant saw blade, whole box of crappie jigs in there. And this knife sharpener was in the mix, among with some other things. And I think somebody has previously soaked this one in oil, which is fine. A lot of people use that. I always use water because I can apply a new coat of water, so I may wind up. But I like this because it's got 3 different grits, and it's actually stone. Now that one, it's really, somebody's really used that one. So I don't know how old this was. Let's go back to this one. So I've got this knife, and I'm going to see what kind of edge I can put on here with this thing. I'm playing with this rock. I like to hand sharpen them. Now, I have said in the past, I don't put a razor's edge on a knife before I send it off. Because the average man likes to put his own edge on his own knife. He's going to sharpen on it. At least I do. You know, and I assume everybody's kind of like me. You know, whether that be good or bad. Maybe everybody don't need to be just like me. The world might not could take it. But anyway, we done got back to haircutting. Well, you see my hair's done growed all back since we've been wearing long sleeves. Oh, it'll take it right on off. It will. All right, anyway, I'm working on a sheath over there. And we'll get the sheath made for it. I have got 2 or 3. Look at this one here. I need to go back over it with some stuff. This is a beautiful knife right here. Got them yellow liners under that mahogany. Sapele. And then I'm working on a bodock. It's clamped behind me. So this one I need to, here's a rag. Need to wipe some of this oil off. I need to go over there and put that Rubidoux Creek salve stuff on this one. Run that buffer over it a little bit, smooth it up. This one, I don't know how I wound up with this, but on one side, I gotta do some buffing. I wound up with some design in that blade. You can't see it. Right there you can. I don't know how I got that in there. I'm gonna buff over it and see what happens. It ain't hurt nothing. I don't know how it got there. Something when I wiped, I don't know. But this one has got to be sharpened too. It's not been razored yet. Well, I buffed that out. I'm gonna put something different on this wood. Whoa. You gotta not have it open when you go to shake it. It'll squirt everywhere. Ooh. And don't use near about that much. That's way too much. We'll put some on something else. Good Lord. Oh, to have plenty. Always got too much of something. You ought to soak in that. Boy, that looks good, though. But we fixed to go put that Rubidoux Creek on the blade. I buffed on that blade a little bit. I ain't sharpened it at all, so Where's my... I had a rag somewhere. Here it is, way off over here. Way off out of frame of the camera. Oh, Lord. Let's see now. We're going to coat this blade down real good. Probably fixing to have to find me another. That is nasty, nasty. Probably didn't even need to put it in that save. Put that all on that blade good. Keep it from rusting. Now we need to sharpen this one. I got both of these two sheaths over there. Let's see. I ain't even used this rough one, but I doubt I'm going to. What I do, y'all, is I go over there and hit it a lick on that belt grind, on that wore out 400 grit. So it's probably around 600 grit or 800 by now, I don't know. I hit it on it right, just about 2 licks, and then I come to this. So I already grind them blades down. Now these blades on these knives, for those of you that are not aware, are ground pretty thin. So if you take this knife and go to hacking with it, you could damage that edge. It's possible. It ain't that kind of a knife, you know. I can make you that kind of knife if that's what you want, but I need to grind it at a different bevel. I make a cutting knife, not an axe. I'll make you a fro if that's what you want to do. I got a design. Me and my buddy done discussed a design for a fro. A little mini fro, make them out of these railroad spikes, one about that long for you backpacking and bushcrafting. You like to hammer on the back of something? Hey, it'd be ideal for that. We're going to get it made. I'm going to get you one made. In fact, we might forge one here for long. Put it on the market. Say, Bushcrafters Fro. Now, I'll fix it in a way you can use it for a knife if you need to. Ooh, that knife there gonna be sharp. Sure enough. What y'all think about it? I like them yellow. I got blue liners now. I got white liners, yellow, red. I'm gonna experiment with some of them. Finally got me some more lanyard tubing. We got enough right there. Let's go to this smoother steam. I need to get me some. Ooh, it ain't sharp yet. We're gonna have to go back. We're gonna go back. I tell you what it needs. Here's how you do this. Take his Brillo pad, go back and forth over that thing, clean that metal out. This is why I like to use water on them. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Do it like this. Right here, I'm gonna dip this in this. Y'all. Yeah, you can see me over there. I couldn't see because of the glare on the screen. I get way off over here, but now y'all can hear me. Oh yeah, that's cleaning that up nice. I need to do all of them is what I need to do with that. It'll take that oil stuff out of the surface of it. I'm gonna just leave that laying right there. That's what I'm gonna do. Ooh, I bet it'll work good now. I need to clean my hands off so I don't get the handle so nasty. Oh, you hear it? Now y'all can't hear it. I have to get that mic down there. Yeah, you can hear it cutting metal now. You can hear it cutting metal now. Well, anyway, y'all, I'm gonna sharpen this knife. I ain't gonna film no god-awful amount of stuff out here today. I done filmed a little of this, that, and the other, and what have you, and you know, and all and everything like that there, you know, and all and everything. Hey, I appreciate y'all hanging around watching me do all this stuff. I really do. I'm wanting to go crappie fishing. Me and Brody is gonna have to go. We got storms rolling in this evening, so that's why I ain't off on the river somewhere. Not to mention I need to catch these few knives up, and I'm getting way behind on my orders. I had somebody message and say, "How you coming on my knives?" Ain't doing too good. No, the turkeys is gobbling, catfish is running, crappie is spawning. I mean, it's hard to work on knives when you want to be on the water or in the woods. Oh well. If we had a lot of morel mushrooms, I'd be off looking for them, but we don't have an abundance of them. I do hear they find some in this area, but I ain't made that happen yet. But either way, I appreciate y'all for hanging around watching these videos. I enjoy filming them. Got a lot of wonderful people out there watching them and commenting. I want y'all to know I thank each and every one of you that watches my videos, even those of you that don't never comment, and even those of you that get on my nerves sometimes. It's all in good fun. I appreciate it. We'll see y'all next time. Remember, the best way to do things is the way you like to do it. We'll see y'all. Let's see. Turn it this way and drag it one. Yeah. All right.